Hey guys, I finally decided to leave my cave and see the outside world. My eyes burning and my skin boiling. I drove myself to the movie theaters. I was super interested in this movie. It's called In a Violent Nature. The concept to me seemed genius. I was even jealous he thought of it before me. And I was really stoked to see it. I was super ready to see this unique take on my favorite genre, the slasher genre, a genre that's kind of undermined nowadays. But I'm sorry to say this, the movie kind of fucking sucked.
Sorry.
Now listen, I can appreciate the art in this film greatly. It's really well done, but it's so obvious so much this movie was padded out for runtime. I found some things in this film genius and some things just straight up stupid. Also, what I found even more annoying was just how the movie decides to break its own rules but still be so goddamn padded. I mean, if you're going to make a movie where it's an ambient nature documentary where it's just the camera following the slasher, keep it consistent, because it wasn't consistent whatsoever. In many points of the movie, the rules were broken. Of course, there's going to be spoilers in this video, and also my allergies are off the roof, just horrible. So excuse anything, excuse my voice if it sounds weird, excuse everything. I'm sorry. And be ready for spoilers. So in the movie, we have this character, his name is Johnny, and the movie opens up with these guys. I can't remember the characters' names, all of them. I only remember Johnny. But basically, the characters, all these dudes are talking. And then the dude finds this necklace on a pipe, and he takes it, and he leaves. He leaves, and that's it. And then shortly after, you hear like grass crunching and shit, and boom, Johnny is coming out. Turns out he had the pipe in him, and now he's been awakened. His vengeance is out, kind of like Jason. I mean, this movie is a lot like Friday the 13th. It's very much like, you can tell. There's literally a scene I was just like, that's fucking Crystal Lake, dude. Like seriously, like this shit is definitely Friday the 13th inspired. Come on, Johnny, Jason, which by the way, not a bad thing. I love Friday the 13th to death. That's not a bad thing at all. Johnny, he gets up, he starts going on a rampage, and he starts killing people, and the movie is really slow. Most of the movie is this grass crunch sound effect just on repeat. Like you can find it on YouTube. I'll even play it right now. Like, it's just, while I'm talking, like, that's the sound. That's the sound while all the other ambience is going on. You're gonna hate that sound after watching this movie. Like a lot, that's 90% of the audio in this movie. The movie is slow, and I like slow burns, but I can't help but say that although the artistic vision of the movie is to be like an ambient slasher, I can't help but say it wasn't done properly, in my opinion, mostly because you can tell it's padded out for runtime. I feel like this movie would be better if it was shorter, like a short film. It's an hour and 30. They wanted it in theaters. They had to pad it out somehow because they really wanted the world to see this, and I respect that. So it really hurts to say this movie sucks, but objectively, the movie, it's going to be really hard for people to love this. The reviews got me excited, but I won't lie, I can only handle so much. Like, people were saying they were throwing up watching this movie. And now I'm thinking, like, they said that about Terrifier 2 as well. And Terrifier 2 had some god-awful scenes. I mean, not in a bad way. I mean, just like, geez, man, like, that is insane. Like, they can't believe they did that. Like, oh my god, crazy. Great movie. Great movie. Terrifier 2 is great. And I can believe people freaking out during that movie. But with this movie, I feel like maybe a grandma was like, oh, what a cute movie, and watched it with her husband. Okay, I think I saw a person walk out of my auditorium. And it was an older person. There's a lot of old people, by the way, in my auditorium. I feel like the person that threw up had to have been like 75 years old. Poor lady didn't know what she was getting into. Probably thought it was an actual nature documentary. Like, I'm serious. Like, I don't even think that these motherfuckers like knew what they were getting into. So when I saw the article about someone throwing up, I was just like, are you sure? There's a scene in this movie, and like the only good, best scene. There's two good scenes actually, but the first one was the yoga scene. I was actually genuinely jaw-dropped. I was like, wow, that was really well done. I really enjoyed that kill, and it was masterfully well done. Although the movie suffers from off-screen kills all the time, like I feel like 70% of the kills were off-screen, which there weren't many kills to add, but yeah, some of them were off-screen, some of them weren't. It's hard for me to count, but I'd say it does suffer from the off-screen curse as well, which, as you know, as a slasher fan, off-screen is one of the worst things that you could do for a slasher movie. But I will say, the other scene I really enjoyed was what I wanted more from the movie. And it's a scene where Johnny gets someone's keys and it has a toy car on it. And Johnny just plays with the toy car. That's it. It was so cute. Like, I don't know how to explain it. This big zombified brute just playing with a little car, just rolling it on his hand. It was great. It was a great scene. It was adorable. And it kind of showed that this is just a kid that cares about his mom. He wants his mom's necklace, and that's what I love. Like, that's a good slasher. A simple goal, a simple mindset, and he just wants his mama's necklace back. That's all he wants. Now that's the shit I like. That's some Jason shit, right? Friday 13th type shit. That's my favorite kind of shit. I like it. Call it slop or whatever. I don't care. That scene was great. And there are a few other scenes that were super cool, but those two are the most memorable to me. The yoga scene and just him playing with the car. Just amazing. I loved it. There's also a scene visually that I liked where they were at this lake. These two girls were at a lake, and Johnny's underwater, kind of just stalking them. And you see the girls from a distance just talking, and Johnny's stalking underwater, so you can't see him. He's under the water. And it plays out where he kind of just, like shark type of shit, he grabs the girl when she's alone, whatever. But what I liked about the scene wasn't that, because, you know, it was whatever. That part of the scene was whatever. Visually, it was beautiful. It had like this foggy mist, kind of like Crystal Lake in like an early hour morning. The sun is shining on the lake, and you just see like this mist. And it was just such a beautiful shot. I really, like, I was like, man, we need a new fucking Friday 13th piece of media ASAP. Because when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, that's a beautiful shot. To be honest, while recording this makes me realize how much I miss Friday 13th. I know Jason Universe, I mentioned in my multiverses video, is a thing now. But they haven't mentioned actual movies, just TV shows. So kind of hurts in one way, but it's alright because I'll watch the shows too. It's whatever, man. But yeah, other than that, like, other than those things, I feel like the downside of this movie was definitely just how padded out it was. I mean, the good stuff of this movie was like, probably, if you condensed the good of this movie, it'd be a 30-minute short film. And then the padding is like an hour and 30. I don't even know how they got an extra hour out of this movie. I don't even know how you managed to get an hour of walking. Like, I just don't know how do you manage that? I'm a big fan of stuff like this, usually I am, and usually I'm super positive, super supportive of these things, but I just can't say that this movie should have been an hour and 30 minutes long. It was disgustingly beautiful, it was well shot, and Canada, I did not realize Canada could be that pretty. Man, it is so padded out. You could have saved an hour of people's time if you just made it like a short film. I'm serious, but I can respect the want to share it to the world. I can. And overall, I respected the movie up until the end. Basically, after all this shit, Johnny goes through this whole adventure. He kills a bunch of people, or the people that have it, rather. And basically, they do, like, you don't see the plan because it's Johnny's perspective and he doesn't hear them well. But basically, he kind of just debates them. Like, just kind of fucks him over and kills this dude. Like, ASAP, unexpected. It was like, oh no, dude. He hits him. And then he keeps hitting them nonstop. I mean, he keeps hitting his face. I mean, the scene goes out for a while. And in one way, I liked it. He just keeps hitting him in the face. And it cuts to the girl. It's kind of funny. She makes a shocked face. And she's like, oh, fuck, man. Fuck. She didn't say anything. She just puts the necklace and all the stuff she was going to use to burn him or whatever, or fuck him over with the guy. She just fucking dropped it. She said, here's your necklace, dude, I'm out. She runs around, and it's a sequence where it's just her running around in circles and getting lost in the woods. She'll loop around, and then it's just him hitting the guy over and over again. Eventually, she gets out, and she gets help on the road. She's supposed to be the final girl, of course, the slasher movie rule. She gets help on the road, and this woman helps her, and she's like, what happened? She's like, I got attacked by, like, an animal, which is, I guess, supposed to add to the meaning. He's more than just a bird. He's an animal. right? It's an animal with simple mind and simple rules. They took his thing and he wants it back, so he's gonna do whatever it takes to get. He's an animal. But this is where I mean they break the rule completely, because throughout the movie, they would start a kill by it would be like a video game. He'd go up to someone and then it would change the camera angles. I was kind of fine with it. I was like, whatever. But the movie completely breaks its rule at this point, because we're no longer in Johnny's perspective. We're just in the final girl's perspective, which I don't even remember her name. There's no conclusion to her story in any way, which is fine. I don't care. But what I wish there was a conclusion to seeing Johnny going back. That would have been a great loop around to see Johnny rest. But no, that doesn't happen. It's just this girl for 15 minutes talking in the car, and I genuinely wanted to fall asleep in the theaters watching it. I'm not even kidding. That right there, right? So boring. Same camera angles for so long when it came to lore that I feel like a story didn't even matter. I feel like mom's necklace was enough, in my opinion, okay? Because the slasher had everything. He had an amazing mask. A fireman mask was great. He had an amazing build. He looked like fucking Jason. The zombified look was amazing. And he loved his mom. He was mama's boy, and he was going to kill people. That's all you needed to do. So yeah, they broke the rule of it being from the perspective of the slasher by the end of the movie completely. So it didn't even matter. And it was just 15-20 minutes of Final Girl. Like I said, if they just knew what was important to show and what wasn't, it would have been a much shorter film. And that's not me being in TikTok attention span baby. I have a whole video planned about talking about short form content. I hate that stuff. It's just that I feel like if you're gonna make a movie like In a Violent Nature, make it right, make it good, make it more interesting to be seen. I am a sucker for slow burns and long movies. I fucking love fucking 3-hour long movies. I'm a big fan of Stalker, 1979 Tarkovsky type shit. I love Tarkovsky films, and those are meant to be like the way they are. They're meant to be the way they are. If you watch Tarkovsky film, you know what I mean. Like they're art pieces at the end of the day, and they flow very well, and they're not boring because they're consistent. Okay. This movie was a big brute walking in trees with grass crunching sound effects for a whole hour, at least a whole hour of just that, okay, or 40 minutes of actual shit. There's a difference between a proper slow burn, like a properly done one, and an improper slow burn in a movie. There's a good way to do slow burns and a bad way, like movies are coming out lately that are doing very well, and they deserve to be recognized. Movies like the Dune Part 1, Part 2, that kind of stuff. Those are slow movies, and they advertise themselves as very actiony. Granted, Part 2 does have more, but Part 1 is extremely slow, and to a brain rot person, they'd probably see it as very boring. But to me, I found that movie to be a spectacle. Very, very good movie. Both of them, in fact, were equally good. And I know I'm talking about Dune. Oh, Dune! But my point is slow burns can be done right, and slow burns can be done wrong. And in this case, it's completely done wrong, and I am grateful that it was not like a 3-hour film. Again, I don't fully mind the movie being an hour and 30 minutes, and I can appreciate it. Maybe I should watch it again with the right mindset. But going to the theaters and watching this movie, that day I watched it, the way I watched it, I don't know if I really have to watch it again to know that this movie kind of fell flat on its face. It gave me a new entry in a slasher genre. Really like that. I love slashers. But I just don't see this movie truly being as groundbreaking as it is. So I'll say it's a unique take. I wish someone did it a little better. And I think you should watch it and see for yourself how you feel. But overall, the movie kind of sucked, in my opinion. As a critic, a C+. As a cinephile, I'll give it a B+, and I guess as a casual fan, I'm gonna give it a C-. I feel like that's fair. I'm not a review guy, so this is kind of hard to do. I don't make movie reviews, but that's the best way to rank these. I'll just do a 3C films knockoff. That's what I'll do. Maybe I should never review a movie. Maybe this video is a fucking mistake. Listen, please help me get 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I'm gonna be begging you guys until we hit it, because the silver play button's been my dream since I was a child. I promised a lot of people that'll only take me a year to get 100K subs. I'm gonna start grinding weekly uploads, okay? And I have a big video plan for this summer, so it's not like I'm just gonna not do big videos either. Like I said, weekly uploads. So please, if you can just spare me some time, click subscribe, comment, and just come back every week just to check in and see if there's a new video. Please, I just want to build a community with you guys, and I want to just have my dream of being a YouTuber come true. All right, life's hard. Let's work together. Let's help me get my silver play button. It'd be worth your while. Thank you. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Be good people and have a good day or a good night whenever you're watching this. Take care.